Gangsta.
Turn it up.
Excuse me, Mr. Officer.
Turn it up.
Keep loving like that.
Yeah. Does it say hot stepper?
Here comes the hot stepper.
Oh.
It's like Ani Kamosi.
Oh.
I remember this song from back in the
How
day.
do you even know that?
I don't know. It's just like weird shit lives in my brain, these little wormholes in my brain.
But then you forget to take your vitamins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or my medicine
Yeah.
that I desperately need
Yeah,
to
but
take.
like, hey, take your medicine.
I swallow it down.
That's right.
Hey, y'all, welcome back to Mountain Murders Midweek. I'm Heather.
And I'm Dylan.
How are you, Dylan?
I'm doing great.
Man, us 90s kids up in here.
Yeah.
They remember the hot stepper.
Yes, it was everywhere.
You know, there were some songs from the 90s that just hit like super big, right? But then they were just one-hit wonders.
Oh, yeah.
Like the hot stepper guy.
Well, I think every generation's had the one-hit wonders. It really is a phenomenon.
Well, I think about Snow,
Yeah.
Informer.
Yeah.
That was a song that was like everywhere in the early 90s.
Oh, my gosh.
And then, like, never had another hit.
Name of his CD was 12 Inches of Snow.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah, I think so.
See, how do you remember that?
Well, I mean, come on. Who wouldn't remember that?
I remember there was this kid who moved to my middle school, and he was from Chicago. Shout out to Alex. And he was like a phenomenal dancer.
Oh.
And I do recall at the 7th grade May dance, Snow's Informer was playing, and he got out there and was dancing, and they like, everybody made a big circle around him.
It was like in a movie.
It was like in a movie. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I felt like I was in She's All That.
Yeah.
But I didn't get a hot girl makeover or a hot boy. It's just really awkward and geeky with my
You got to love the
acne and braces.
The one-hit wonders, right?
Were you a hot kid?
No.
Like, were you a hot teenager?
I don't think so.
Or did you go through like a gawky, weird...
Are you kidding? I'm still waiting on my glow up. Still waiting.
You've had a glow up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
No. Right now I'm in my lives under a bridge phase.
That's only because you refuse to go to the barbershop. Get a haircut, hippie.
I got to say, the biggest problem having moved away from where we had lived for quite a while, I just can't find another barber I connect with. A barber.
Drive back home and get your haircut.
I can't. Stephen, if you hear this,
He misses you.
We miss you.
He loves you.
My head misses you.
Steven cut my hair a couple of times.
Yeah, I know.
Back when I had shaved head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good barber.
He just buzzed it up for me.
Gosh.
I got my hair cut recently.
Yeah, and the problem is barber culture. Like, everybody thinks they're a celebrity
nowadays,
barber, dude.
Yeah. Well, my papa was a barber, and I grew up in a fucking barber shop, right, with a bunch of old men sitting around talking shit. You know, my papa charged like what, like $8 or $10 for a haircut.
Yeah. And when I left, I don't know, they were up $15-$16, but I'd always give him a 20 because he'd always trim.
Yeah, you do your little tip.
You trim my little beard, whatever, and you have yuck it up while you're in the chair. But dude, now it's like you got to be careful.
$55.
Well, dude, it's like they'll have prices. You'll be like, okay, $30, but you got to be careful what you ask for. Because it's like add-ons and add-ons.
A la carte.
And then they're like, yeah, that'll be $48. I'm like, are you kidding me?
And then you are expected to tip.
I'm not
And they charge all that because they hand you a shitty PBR.
Because you get a free beer, one free beer out of the mini
And
fridge.
I'm like, for this price, I could have bought a 24-pack of PBR and still had some money left over to get hot wings.
I appreciate people need to make money, but I really think this barber thing is out of control.
Man, I got a haircut the other day, and she charged me the price of a bang trim.
Well,
because it was such an easy... She was like, oh, man, that was so easy. I'm just going to charge you for a bang trim.
Yeah, and that's reasonable.
Yeah, I know. I was like, hell yeah. As opposed to paying, what, $40 or $50 for a female haircut?
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm just running around looking like I live under a bridge.
Well, I was trying to grow a mullet, and I know our listeners probably don't care, but I wanted a mullet. I've been growing a mullet. I kind of had a bit of a mullet, right?
Yeah.
And then I decided to cut the mullet into like a bob. Like I kind of want like the classic French bob, but it's still a little too short. I mean, it's a bob, but it's still a little too short for that. It's like a long pixie.
Okay.
And now I feel like I look like somebody's grandma.
Well, that's just
like I'm wearing a big teased football helmet.
You have your hair like bleached out or whatever.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, I guess that's why you think you look old, or you got an old lady's haircut.
Okay. So you're saying that my hair makes me look like somebody's great. Thanks, Dylan.
That's what you've said.
Thanks.
That's what you said. Is you're like, is it too platinum? I'm like, no, it's not. But you're really tearing yourself down. And I want you to stop because you're beautiful.
Okay, now you've made me feel like I'm 100 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Moving along, Dylan. Moving along from our haircuts. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit.
What do you got for us over there?
Well, Dylan, we're going to talk about some true crime today. Of course, we're going to recap the latest in crime news.
If you can find something besides the Kohberger trial.
That's everywhere. It seems that a sex toy landed on the court in Los Angeles and nearly hit Fever guard Sophie Cunningham. Talking about the WNBA.
So there's a game going and someone throws an adult toy onto the court.
Yes, so it was Indiana's game against the Sparks. Sex toys were also thrown at games in New York and Phoenix last Tuesday, but did not reach the court. So police say another toy was thrown at a game in Atlanta on August 1st, although it's unclear if that one reached the court. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
Is this a crime?
Well, I don't know. I guess
I would think throwing sex toys at basketball players would be considered a crime.
Well, look, I think it's really dumb thing to do, no matter what you think or feel about the
Like a public disruption or something.
Yeah, the WNBA. For one, you paid to get in there, so what are you even doing if you don't like the players? And can you imagine being the fans getting struck in the back of the head by these items that don't make it to the court?
No.
And you turn around and it's a big purple double-headed toy.
Why's it got to be purple?
I don't know. I think purple's a
popular color,
exciting color. and for two, these that would hurt. Some of these items would hurt.
Yeah, you get whacked with a big old blob of silicone.
Yeah, I'm saying
upside the head.
They have some heft.
Gosh, what they do?
Some of them.
Gosh, what are you? Never mind.
So I've seen some.
I'm sure you have, Dylan.
No, but it's ridiculous, and I think it's they're going to have to start searching people better for adult toys.
Yeah. Right, because you can't take a bag typically into these events. They get searched. So where are you even hiding this toy?
That's the thing. If you can't get a gun in there, how are you getting this item in there?
How are you getting a big old rubbery dildo in there?
I don't know.
Is it a vibrator?
I don't know.
A fleshlight? Like, I have questions.
I saw make it to the court.
Yeah.
It was bright green.
Oh.
And it looked like one of those rabbit models.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, it's got the...
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people know. But that's what it appeared to be.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I heard.
Should the dildo thrower be charged with a crime?
Yes. Assault. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
concealing a dangerous weapon. I mean, give me a minute. I can think of a couple of more.
Man, who needs a
assault with intent?
Who needs a Glock when you can just go around ramming people with a big dildo?
Assault with an intent to pleasure.
The dildo of justice.
Yeah, we need some new laws on the books for this.
Oh my gosh, Dylan, I don't know what's going on in the world. And I'm not trying to kink shame anybody, but this is fucking weird.
Ooh, what do you got?
A Texas man wearing only a diaper allegedly approached an 11-year-old girl and asked her for a diaper change.
This is not kink shaming, okay? That's inappropriate.
It's very inappropriate.
That's disgusting. I'm sorry. You can do the adult
I was just
baby
talking
thing.
about the diaper in public.
No,
I mean, that's...
Well, that's already a lot. Let's be honest.
A bit of a line.
I have
public
things.
Decency.
That's the thing about it is.
But involving a child is not okay.
See, here's the thing: publicize the want or need to publicize your kink or fetish. You know, do what you want. Do it with consenting adults, and y'all can go as far and wild and crazy as you want. Even if I don't understand it, I really, it's your business. But this need to like be in public or have other people who are unwittingly or unknowingly involved in whatever thing that gets you off or get your rocks off, it's wrong, and I don't think you should do it. And now this is crossing, a whole nother line, because that's not okay. And I would have beat your ass. We would have found out.
Well, no, the minute you start involving children that's a step too far.
We would have found out who could whoop each other's ass if I'd been involved in that situation.
This is when you could have pulled out your dildo
and I would have pulled out my
whacked him upside the head with it.
Dildo of justice.
And just be whacking him.
And I would have got some justice.
Dude, it could be your whole catchphrase could be like, "You're whack, get whacked."
Yeah,
just like hit him with it.
Be like some Batman
Slap
sounds.
him through the face with a vibrator.
That's right.
Wesley Whirl, 45, is facing a charge of criminal solicitation of a minor. This happened on Tuesday, July 29th. According to the police, the child was bicycling near Andy Woods Elementary in Tyler, Texas, just before 6 p.m. when Whirl, donning only a diaper and a pacifier around his neck, stepped out of his truck and allegedly said, "Goo goo gaga," before asking for a diaper change.
Okay. He's in Texas. This dude's...
He's brave.
Brave is all I can tell you.
The Tyler Police Department said, quote, "I guess he had seen her riding the bicycle and had pulled in to kind of get ahead of her into the parking lot of the school. And when she approached on her bicycle, that's when he jumped out and said those words." And I don't want to repeat them because they really kind of gross me out.
It's a lot.
Well, of course, the child quickly took off and went home to get some help. There were some witnesses there who knew the child, and they contacted the mother and father, who immediately called police. The girl was quite shaken up about it, obviously.
Right.
Whirl got back into his truck and drove off, but one of the witnesses took down a partial plate number.
And then he crashed because babies can't drive.
Police also obtained video of his truck. I know, I was going to get it in like one of those little toy.
Hot Wheels?
Well, what is it? Like a Power Wheels.
Yeah, Power Wheels.
Go, Power Wheels. So they got a description of him, and then they ended up putting two and two together, and that's how they found out it was Wesley Whirl. So he's got some warrants now. He's been charged with misdemeanor criminal trespass for a separate incident as well, and has been booked on a $600,000 bond.
Damn. Wow. They're not playing around down there, are they? Well, that's disgusting. That there's no telling how long that could affect that little girl. I mean, honestly, that's not okay.
Terrible. Are you ready for another true crime story?
I don't know. This is
story.
Opening up. You got the dildo on the basketball court, and now you got this man baby.
Well, I try to keep things sassy.
Soliciting 11-year-olds. I don't know what's coming next.
I mean, do you want me to move on to a more serious case?
No.
Or do you want me to keep talking about dildos?
Oh, keep this going.
All right, Dylan. Speaking of Brian Kohberger, which, it's just been everywhere, saturated. If you type in crime news, it's all related to Kohberger.
See, that was the biggest... Look, while we're on it, the subject, that was my biggest problem with that plea deal, is allowing this piece of shit to still retain some sense of power and control over the situation. And that was the worst part of that, honestly. Never having the full-on trial, everything, on record, in court, in public. I just... That really pisses me off because I'm sure he relished in that.
Well, now some of the crime scene photos have been released. It's nearly 200 pictures from the house.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Because, how do you feel about that? Do you think the public has a right to see this? It seems awfully intimate. I mean,
we see crime scene photos quite often.
Yeah.
These really are not revealing,
okay.
I should say. I did look through a few of these. NBC news affiliate KTVB released some of the photos on August 8th. And I would say it mostly just shows signs of typical college life. You see a table with red plastic cups on it, some spilled liquids. You see a bedroom with a desk and maybe a pile of clothes on the floor. I mean, it just really is showing, I guess, how they lived. One of the rooms has a Saturdays Are for the Girls flag on the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
Now, there is a picture that shows a bed covered in blood and a blood-splattered wall next to it. There's also another picture that captured some drops of blood on the bedroom floor. And there's a third image depicting the sliding glass door through which police believe Koberger entered and exited the house.
All right.
Yeah. So if you want to check out those photos, they have been made available. I think the family is maybe not behind this, but it looks like the Goncalves family thinks the public has a right to know, but they do worry that these images might be viewed by the public. I guess they were worried images of their loved ones might be viewed by the public. So I guess they don't want crime scene photos involving their children to float out there.
Right.
But I guess they are okay maybe with the just these rooms being released.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it gets into, of course, we have a true crime pod. I understand people's sense of curiosity on things like this. And maybe that was never really a big thing for me, crime scene photos and stuff. I know that you have viewed things like that more often than me. And it just seems intimate. I don't know. It just seems like I don't know that we should have the right, or if we have the right to view that, because it seems very personal.
Well, again, it seems the Goncalves family aren't against authorities sharing information about the case with the public, but the one piece of information from the investigation they absolutely don't want shared is the autopsies. They want to keep that private because it does have that injury by injury write-up, and it is pretty gruesome. So that'll be the last thing that they really want to keep close, the family.
Right.
But otherwise, I mean, they want the public to know what happened.
I'm still surprised one person was able to go into this place and brutally murder 4 separate people.
I know,
You
right?
know what I mean? That
It's very peculiar. I don't know.
Screaming, no, obvious, not just college life noises or someone being there late or leaving. It's very strange, and I know that there could be alcohol or something. I'm not saying there is, but there could have been, people could have been really tired or, passed out, if you will. But it still strikes me as odd that he was able to pull this off by himself.
Dylan, moving along, we have had 3 mass shootings this week.
Yeah, it seems like it's came back up, started again, if you will.
Yeah, we had a bit of a reprieve, possibly, where we were not inundated with news of shootings every day. But then now it seems like it's cranking back up.
I must say, I saw a video from the inside of a library that was freaking terrifying.
Really?
Yeah. This guy's going around shooting people, and you can just see all the other people running with kids and stuff.
Is this at Emory University?
I'm not sure.
Because there was a shooting at Emory University in Atlanta. There was a shooting in New York City's Times Square. Actually, this morning, Saturday, August the 9th, in the very early morning hours, someone opened fire in Times Square. 3 people have been injured. 2 teenagers and a 65-year-old man were among those injured. It seemed like it was a verbal dispute between 2 people that took place moments before the incident happened, according to the Times. And a 17-year-old suspect was arrested near 44th Street and 7th Avenue.
Nah, but the video inside this library, wherever it was, I'm sorry, I don't have the exact case, was terrifying. You have these people scrambling, hiding, running. There's one little kid who is back in the back corner, and he's just whimpering and crying,
Sad.
hoping that his dad doesn't die. He keeps saying that, and Papa, can you save me? And it's bad. And man, it's crazy.
I don't want to watch that.
This one guy who knew that his wife and kids were in there walks through the front door like fucking Chuck Norris, dude, fully upright, on the phone with authorities, saying, something's happening here, get here fast. I'm looking for my wife and kids.
I wish you knew more details
and he marches,
than just telling us
yeah,
you
I
saw
know.
a video.
I know.
It's really helpful.
And he marches through there looking for his wife and kids. I was like, that is dad energy if I've ever seen it.
Dylan finds out it's not real. It's like a scene from a movie.
No, this is real. This is real. And
like
our
Jason
listeners.
Statham appears, and then he's like, oh, I guess this is a movie.
Who's that movie Working Man? No, it's real. And I know our listeners know more about it than I do.
Well, I don't know anything about it. So
Boom, it was on TikTok, bud.
Can't tell. I know I can't count on you to tell the full story or to get details.
You're welcome.
A police officer is dead, and the alleged gunman was killed during a shooting Friday near the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention campus in Atlanta. Nearby Emory University students were told to shelter in place. They activated their emergency protocols. The identified slain officer is 33-year-old David Rose, who's a husband and father of 3, including one on the way.
That's crazy.
This poor guy lost his life. He is with the DeKalb County Police Department. Just before 5 p.m., a shooter opened fire in front of the CDC campus, shooting multiple rounds into the CDC buildings. Responding officers arrived to find DeKalb County Sheriff's deputy critically wounded at the scene. As they moved in, they heard additional gunfire coming from a nearby CVS. Officers entered the store and found the shooter on the second floor suffering from at least one gunshot wound. The gunman, who's not been identified as of yet, was later pronounced dead. And they don't know, well, they haven't reported if the wound came from authorities or if it was self-inflicted.
Oh, I'm just glad he's dead.
But that's another shooting that we've had this week. And then, of course, Fort Stewart in Georgia. There were 5 people injured in a shooting there.
So, what do you think makes these kind of come in cycles like this?
I don't know. A 28-year-old sergeant who had been assigned to the post for about 3 years, his name is Sergeant Cornelius Radford, an automated logistics sergeant from Jacksonville, Florida, is accused of opening fire shortly before 11 a.m. on August the 6th. The soldier is accused of shooting 5 other service members at Fort Stewart, Georgia. Investigators are trying to determine a motive, but it seems like they were able to shut him down pretty quickly. It did involve his co-workers. Seems like it was a
workplace dispute of some type.
Yes, perhaps. Okay. But they're still not really certain if that was the motivation, but it definitely seems like it was a targeted attack and not just like he randomly went on base and started shooting.
Oh, okay. But I mean, that doesn't make it any better, honestly.
Yeah, so he was a logistics sergeant assigned to the 2nd Brigade Combat Team, which is based at Fort Stewart. He joined the Army in January of 2018 and has been at Fort Stewart since 2022. He's not deployed to combat. And again, they don't really know what was going on. He used a personal handgun, not a military weapon. It doesn't seem like he's really had any discipline issues. There's no known discipline issues within the military. But it does seem that in May, he was arrested and booked on a driving under the influence of alcohol charge. And at the time of the shooting, his command wasn't aware that he had been arrested for drunk driving.
Which they take very seriously.
Well, they do. But other than that, I mean, he wasn't a problem soldier. He didn't have a discipline.
There's no paper trail
record,
of issues or mental health evaluations.
No. So again, I mean, it's kind of baffling why he decided to go shoot his fellow soldiers.
Well, I mean, this has always existed in some form or another for a very long time. But young people nowadays seem to be like they will do something like this, like they don't care. Like they're just quick to, like they grew up around it, with it. And it's like they see it as an alternative to solve a problem.
Just go shoot a bunch of people?
Yeah, and that's just, that thought seems so foreign to me. It truly does. There's nothing that would ever, and I've worked with people I hated, and I've been super pissed off.
I guess I just value human life.
Well, it's just
I have a respect for human life.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to take a life.
Yeah, and it's so far outside of normal operating procedure for myself that I just could never see a situation that would lead me to do something like that.
No,
And
I think mass shooters are like fucking cowards, dude.
I think
It's
they're
a,
yeah.
it's a super cowardly thing to do.
It is totally. You come up, you arrive at a soft
You're a real
target.
piece of shit if you go out in public and start just shooting random people.
Yeah, and that guy who stabbed like 11 people the other day, he was stopped outside by, finally stopped by a guy with a gun.
Again, you're so vague. What?
A good guy with a gun.
What 11 people were like?
It was outside of a Walmart.
Do you have any more information? You're just okay, Dylan.
Yeah, I don't. I get my my information of the world through very just maybe unreliable means. You say sometimes.
Yeah, I know all the time.
But
you tell me the craziest shit, and I'm like, that's not true, and it's definitely not. And all it would take is a quick search.
A lot of times it's not true, but sometimes
you're turning into like a boomer parent.
Now I told you I accidentally set my.
You're gonna start sharing that thing on Facebook about you better copy and paste this. Facebook's gonna take all your pictures and all your information.
Oh, I thought you meant like a chain letter. Like if you don't.
Now, don't
send
you
this
remember those people would copy and paste? Like Facebook's closing down, it's going to take all your information unless you repost this.
Oh, did people believe that?
I guess.
It's like a chain letter back in the day. If you don't send this to 10 people, you'll be cursed.
Yeah, or like a meme of Jesus. Like if you don't share this, you're going to hell.
Yeah, and I don't think Jesus is going to send me to hell for not sharing a meme. I hope not.
I know, right? Oh, Dylan, a week cannot pass without a Myrtle Beach story.
Myrtle Beach.
God, we love to talk about Myrtle Beach, the dirty Myrtle up in here. A North Carolina pastor is out on bond after he was arrested Tuesday for sex crimes in North Myrtle Beach. 40-year-old Kyle Sigmund was charged for third-degree criminal sexual conduct with a minor. The Boone police detective notified North Myrtle Beach police about a sexual assault that happened in July of 2024. The warrant stated that Sigmund unlawfully touched a 13-year-old girl along Ocean Boulevard in July of 2024. Sigmund turned himself in to the North Myrtle Beach Police Department on Tuesday. He was released after posting a $5,000 bond.
Wow, it's $5,000 for assaulting a kid. Right.
He's registered with the United Methodist Church as a pastor. Records showed that though Sigmund is not a pastor at a specific church, the United Methodist Church database shows he was recently with the Faithbridge United Methodist Church in Blowing Rock, North Carolina, before leaving in 2022.
It's just all we can hope in a situation like that is that God takes care of it, right? Because
sick.
I think he's in a position of power, pastor, teacher, police officer, anybody in a position of authority, that it should be a more severe crime, period. And it should be already a severe crime if anyone does this to a kid, man. That's what gets lost in the sauce nowadays. I know everybody's like Epstein this and blah, that and that. We need stricter laws on the books. How many stories have we had where people... this is how people turn into child murderers, right? They get caught a couple, 3 times, do 2 years here, 5 years there, and then they they decide to kill the victim, so maybe they get away with it. And they should never have that opportunity.
I agree. If you were in a certain position of authority,
it should be even
like
more
a trusted
severe
position, I think there should be laws that if you're a teacher, a coach, a pastor,
right,
there should be even further consequences for that.
Yeah, I know. On top of the already 30 years you're getting for assaulting a child in the first place.
I mean, we talk about this quite a bit on the show, but I don't understand why there are not stiffer penalties for sex crimes.
I don't know how you're going to molest a child and be out in a couple of years. That blows my mind.
No. Dylan, have you heard of these Labubu dolls? I think I'm pronouncing that correctly.
I have heard of the sensation. And it's just, can
you explain this to me?
It's a little plush is all I can tell. It's a plush, a little goofy looking kind of creature that's very specific looking. They come in all kinds of colors. It's Beanie Babies, bud. It's Beanie Babies all over again. People are paying exorbitant aftermarket prices for these dolls that in 2 years are not going to be worth anything. And they're paying insane prices for them to get the special limited color, blah, this and that.
Well, Dylan, thousands of dollars worth of those popular Labubus were stolen in California.
That does not surprise me.
Dozens of boxes of the Labubu toy, totaling around $7,000, were stolen from a store in La Puente, California this week. Joanna Avendano, co-owner of One Stop Sales, said her shop had only been open for about 2 months when it was burglarized Wednesday morning. She said, quote, "We worked so hard to get to this point, and for them to just come in like nothing and take it all away, it's really bad." Surveillance footage from inside the store captured the moment the suspects smashed through the front door. This was just after 2 a.m. They snatched up these boxes and took these high-value Labubu dolls. Apparently, they went viral on TikTok.
Okay.
And have gained popularity through celebrity endorsements. I mean, I definitely know if a celebrity tells me I need to go get a plush toy, I'm there. Okay.
This is,
I don't get it, but whatever.
It's something that exists in the human psyche that creates these fad phenomenons, and it just repeats itself over and over through the decades. And we've seen it many times, various different products. Of course, one of the standouts when we were kids was Beanie Babies. Turned into a sensation. You had people paying all this money. They would fight over them. You know,
I want the Princess Diana Beanie Baby.
I think it's like a purple elephant or something is one of the most, prized ones. But anyway, who knows? And they don't have any real value. You know, the value of them is only what people are willing to pay for them. And this is another version of that. And her mistake was opening a store in California. I mean, I'm sorry. I hate to be mean, but people think they can smash your door and run in and take all your shit without consequences in some areas in California. And that's why a lot of businesses are leaving those areas.
Well, the owner did notice a truck parked near the store before closing on Tuesday night. And she also suspects the burglars had been watching the shop's social media account because she had recently posted a video announcing a new restock.
And that's very possible.
This is the thing, man. You can't be posting shit on social media all the time because that's how you end up getting robbed.
Well, they're casing you. You're doing the casing for them.
You get burgled like that?
I don't want to get burgled.
I'm going to burgle you later. That's you don't have anything of value to burgle, Dylan.
I woke up and I feel like I'd been burgled.
You wish.
You stole my dignity.
You didn't have any to begin with. They wrote that song about you, no dignity.
No doubt.
Got to back it up.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, you're doing their job for them. You're casing yourself instead of someone suspiciously having to sit outside or come in your store and not buy anything, and with a hood on and sunglasses, and you're like, what's this fucking person up to? You're doing all the work for them, and they know. And that's a double-edged sword because some people feel like they need that exposure on social media to make it like a little shop like that work.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's kind of a hard decision as far as marketing is like, do you post certain things on social media, inventory, merchandise?
Right.
Or do you just
put it on the shelf and let people find it organically? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
It reminds me of I don't know why, but it reminds me of the whole bling ring crimes in California. What was that, 2013-ish, perhaps?
Yeah.
Where these young folks were breaking into celebrities' homes and stealing their clothes.
Multiple times.
But what was the craziest part of that story to me, they broke into Paris Hilton's home like multiple times. She never really noticed anything was stolen. I mean, it took quite a while before she started realizing things were missing. But she didn't lock her door.
Yeah, these people, they just, I don't know what made them feel like they could leave their homes open like that.
You live in a mansion.
Yeah.
You have access to any security you could possibly want. Your home is gated.
Yeah.
But you're just going to leave the doors unlocked?
I guess they have some sense of, because a lot of these places are kind of gated and walled off, but I mean, it's not that hard to go over a wall. I mean, these young people were breaking in these places without even actually breaking windows or anything.
No, they would just jump a fence.
They would just jump a fence
walk right in.
and walk right in, and you have so much shit that you don't even know when people's taking tens of thousands of dollars worth of it.
Of rings or jewelry,
Yeah.
shoes.
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I would at least have
Purses.
a comprehensive internal security, motion sensor, and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
And then after you steal the shit, you turn around and pose with it on social media. So then there's evidence. You're out at the club with Paris's like Birkin bag.
Yeah, well, it's like that kid who was driving around in Guy Fieri's Ferrari for like weeks before.
Did that happen?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he stole it out of like a storage garage or something.
Oh man, he was trying to get to Flavortown.
And he's God, I hate Guy Ferrari. I hate that guy.
You do?
You know I do.
Why?
I don't know.
Why
It's
do you
his
hate him?
Stupid face and his dumb hair.
You hate his hair.
And I don't even think he's that like talented as a chef or anything.
Well, I don't know about that. I just like that diners, drive-ins, and dives show.
Yeah, because you just want to go to the diners and drive-ins.
Yeah, it's just a lot of really good-looking junk food.
God, it's all fried though. My stomach's hurting
Like
now.
big old chili dogs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have like 100-year-old chili recipe. And the secret is they never clean out the thing they make the chili in. Yeah.
I didn't know you had such a guttural reaction to Guy Fieri.
Dude, I want to fight him every time I see his face. For real.
Yeah.
Like if I was a cop and I pulled that kid over in his Ferrari or Lamborghini, whatever it was, I would make that kid drive me to his house so I could fight him.
You hear that guy?
Yeah, Guy, what's up, bro? Somebody at Guy and tell him that I will.
Dylan wants to challenge you. He's got a grocery store challenge for you.
I'll fight you for charity.
He's going to kick your ass in the produce aisle.
Damn right.
Okay, Dylan. Michael Paul Brown is accused of fatally shooting 4 people, allegedly, at a bar in Anaconda, Montana last week, and he's finally been taken into custody after a week-long multi-agency manhunt.
Anaconda, Montana?
Yeah.
Is that a real place?
I don't want none unless you got buns, son. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Interesting.
I've never been to Anaconda.
So does it say what happened here in this bar?
Well, this was the biggest shooting in the state of Montana in over a decade. Brown had been on the run since shooting 4 people. He was armed. He was arrested around 2 p.m. on Friday, about 5.5 miles away from the shooting scene. And so now he is in custody of authorities. I don't know what the motive is, Dylan. He just walked into this bar. There's security footage showing him walking into the Owl Bar on August 1st. And then, I guess, leaving the bar. And 4 people were shot inside the bar.
The Owl Bar is known to be a hoot.
And he's an Army veteran. But, I mean, it doesn't really seem like we have a motive yet.
Do we know? Yeah, we don't know if it's random. We don't know if he had a problem with patrons at the bar.
Those killed in the shooting were identified as 59-year-old Daniel Bailey, 64-year-old Nancy Kelly, 70-year-old David Leach, and 74-year-old Tony Palm.
Okay, so either that bar is specifically full of elderly people or he had a problem with that specific group of people. That's my assertions.
Well, Brown served as an armor crewman in the U.S. Army between January of 2001 to May of 2005 and was deployed to Iraq. His niece previously told CNN that he had been struggling with mental health issues during his time in the Army and was never the same after serving in the Army, and that his mental health seemed to get worse when his parents passed away.
And see, this is true for many people that serve. You know, you go to active combat, it's going to change you. I would guess that no one is unchanged, right? Everyone's changed in some form, some more severely than others, right? And that's why it should only be a very, very last resort. War, engaging enemy combatants and killing people, because that's what it is at the end of the day. And I'm not disparaging soldiers. They're following orders and doing, their job. That's literally what their job is. But that should never happen. That should happen way less than it does, I guess is what I'm saying. It should never be resource wars or to prop up the World Bank or the financial systems or any of that bullshit. No, yeah.
I'll join you for your political podcast later today.
That's my stance on that.
Can I help you down off your soapbox?
Oh, yeah. Well, I know I'm staying up here because I feel very strongly about it.
Look at his stampy little foot. He mad. He big mad.
I'm big mad at governmental agencies that do this to our young people.
Man, fuck the government.
I know.
Fuck them all. Ain't nothing good that comes from either side.
That's right.
Bunch of sons of bitches.
They are.
Yeah.
And bastards. Their dads were bastards, too.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Why we always disparage the mother when we cuss somebody, never the father? See? That's the patriarchy at work.
You daddy fucker. That's what I'm going to start calling them then. Is that better?
It's not as good as son of a bitch.
Instead of a motherfucker, you daddy fucker.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll go with that one.
Okay. Or uncle fucker. Like the South Park song. There's a very strange story out of Tennessee, Dylan. An investigation into a family's killings in Tiptonville began after an infant car seat was found in a front yard in the Tigrit area, which is about 40 miles away. Somebody called and reported that a minivan or a midsize SUV had dropped the baby at some random individual's front yard.
Gosh, imagine being that individual. You're like, what's going on?
Right. So the Dyer County Sheriff's Office, of course, were trying to figure out what was going on, and they were able to determine that 4 people had been found dead and that they were connected to this child. Officials determined the child's parents, grandmother, and uncle were murdered.
You know, I just had a disturbing thought. You know, if you just randomly left your baby somewhere, they would not know whose baby it is. Like, the baby can't talk. It doesn't have an ID.
Well, yeah.
And stuff. So I'm actually surprised they were able to track it back to a home or anything.
Austin Drummond has been arrested in this case and charged with the 4 murders. Detectives believe that Drummond drove the baby about 40 miles from Tiptonville, where they say he fatally shot the 4 adults, to the town of Tigrit, where the baby was found in the front yard. They don't know why Drummond chose this random house. I mean, maybe it was just totally random. The child is safe now and in the custody of other relatives, but investigators have not revealed why they think Drummond carried out these killings. Drummond knew the 4 people he's charged with killing, and that Drummond's girlfriend is the sister of the child's grandmother.
Oh.
But it's unknown if he has any connection to this baby. Now, the victims were found fatally shot in a wooded area near Reelfoot Lake, which is a swamp-like body of water near the Mississippi River, and it's really not very far from the Missouri border. They do believe Drummond had help in the killings, but law enforcement has not released further information about that. Tennessee authorities charged Tanaka Brown, 29, and Givante Thomas, 29, with accessory after the fact to first-degree murder. Investigators allege that both men assisted Drummond in the killings. De'Ara Sanders of Jackson, Tennessee, was also charged with being an accessory. It does seem that Drummond has an extensive criminal background. He spent years in prison for robbing a convenience store when he was 16, and he had threatened to go after jurors.
Oh, yeah, that always helps your case.
So during the robbery, which was in 2013, he pointed a pistol at the gas station store worker and ordered the cash register to be opened. There was only $44 inside.
Dude, they never keep a bunch of cash in a cash drawer. Have you ever paid with a 50 or 100? It always goes straight into a drop safe.
Yeah. At a 2020 parole hearing, Drummond said he was on Xanax at the time of the robbery and doesn't remember anything about robbing the gas station. And the firearm he used was a BB gun. After the jury convicted him of 1 count of aggravated robbery in August of 2014, he made threats to go after the jurors. Drummond said during the hearing that he,
you're dead meat.
that he was going to harm them, which is not very smart. He pleaded guilty in February of 2015 to 13 counts of retaliation for past action and was given a combined 13-year sentence. That sentence ended in September of 2024. As of the 2020 parole hearing, Drummond had more than 24 disciplinary actions in prison, including assault, possession of a deadly weapon, and refusing a drug test, and also gang activity.
So why did they let him out? I guess his sentence was over.
Well, he was also charged for several activities inside the prison, including attempted murder, after he completed the sentence that was originally put him behind bars. So now he's out on bond on these other charges at the time of the killings.
Yeah, see, this guy should have never. He's not ready to go back to society, and I think now we can see some really terrible evidence of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a very strange story here. Because, so he knows like your cousin's baby mama best friend.
So for whatever reason, he's killed everyone associated with the baby and took the baby and dropped it off at a stranger's house, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad he didn't hurt the child.
Well, yeah, but he has hurt the child by annihilating its extended family.
But it doesn't make any sense. I guess we'll find out more about this case. But when I first heard the news that a child had been dropped off in a yard just randomly, I was like, that's a very odd story. And then here comes this news of we found 4 victims of homicide connected to this child.
I think your first thought in a situation like that might be the mother's in some kind of desperate situation, right? And she's just trying to leave her child somewhere where it will be safe. But I don't think you ever expect it to lead back to a quadruple homicide.
Prosecutors are planning to pursue the death penalty.
Good.
Yeah.
This guy should die. And he's a shitbird. I know we haven't talked about shitbirds in a while, but this guy is one of them. Has been for all of his life, it sounds like.
The bodies of James Wilson, 21, Adriana Williams, 20, Courtney Rose, 38, and Braden Williams, 15, were found in Tiptonville. So it's the baby daughter of Wilson and Adriana Williams that have been found abandoned.
That's a terrible story.
Yeah. It's a really sad story.
So we went from dildos on the basketball court to this. So we've covered a lot today.
We have covered a lot today.
God.
The world is a busy place, Dylan.
It is a busy place.
It's busy out there.
Mass shootings, killing whole families.
People need to just take it nice and slow.
People need to chill out, man.
Yeah. You don't need to go around like shooting people. You don't need to be getting in public brawls, jumping, a big group of people jumping on a person and kicking their ass.
No.
In, middle of town. Don't stand around and film crimes with your phone. Call the fucking authorities. Like, what's wrong with you?
It's
the world's a bit too busy.
Everybody's thinking about clicks. I mean, that whole mentality is what's ruining humanity. Like, ooh, this will go viral. My first thought is to get someone to either I will try to stop this or get someone here to stop this.
I don't want anything viral.
No.
You can't get rid of that shit.
You don't want to catch it?
No.
Catch a little taste of it?
No. You go viral, you ain't never getting rid of that shit.
That's what they say. Once you go viral, you never go back.
They can't scrub the internet and take that shit down. It lives forever.
Well, unless it's about certain people, then it can be scrubbed off the internet.
Well.
All right. So, yeah. Thank you, Heather, for our weekly roundup here on Mountain Murders.
Ah! I'm sorry. I just dodged a dildo.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
The danger
Stop,
here.
Dylan.
The assault's happening in the Mountain Murder Studio.
Hurts.
That's right.
Okay. If you've ever thought about joining us at patreon.com/Mountain Murders Podcast, it's a great time to do that. We just dropped a brand new Patreon exclusive episode over there for our patrons. Missing persons case, the story of Karen Adams.
A very sad story.
She went missing after visiting a casino in West Virginia.
Yes, and you can have the ad-free experience on all episodes there at Patreon and support us directly, which means so much to me and Heather, for as low as the price of a regular coffee, not even a fancy one.
Oh my gosh, Dylan.
Yeah, it's true.
We're very eloquent when we speak. I've noticed this. Yeah, it's perfect. But you can get stories like Karen's and more at Patreon.
Tons and tons of extra content.
All right, Dylan. Until next time.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.